Mic check. Are we live? Yes, we're live. And as I was holding this box and reading the words Spider Man punk suit, I guess at least they put in Spider Man punk suit. Because if it's Spider Man punk, that would sound really, really weird to me. You see, I used to play music in my youth when I was a kid. Well, not a kid, until my 30s, really. And I was into metal and the punk thing, and I sort of learned about it, the politics, what it's fighting for, until eventually, you realize that it's just a form of music that used to be protest music, but it's just now music, like Green Day and Blink 182. It doesn't have a political message anymore. So the reason why it took me forever to get this Spider-Man punk was because it did not make sense to me, man. Spider-Man who listened to punk rock, was in a punk band. That's not Spider-Man. Was he protesting against the system because he was poor? I don't know, man. But hey, could be a good angle. So anyway, I got this because of Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse, they said, would feature Spider-Man Punk, and the trailer dropped today. The new trailer today, or I don't know. I was asleep and it dropped, but it dropped and it was so awesome. But I did not see Spider-Man Punk. Yeah. Anyway, too much talk, right? That's my thing. This is from the video game series, so this is not really. So anyway, okay, sorry about that. Testing the audio, looking at the chat. So this is just a skin from the video game. They went all in with the video game, and there's gonna be the Spider-Man 2 video game. So there's a small chance that this might get a resurgence of new interest. I like the cover. I like the theme. It's video games, very PlayStation 4. And let's unbox it. I've been talking so much about it because hey, it's punk, it's music. It used to be my thing. It used to run my life. Now I'm unboxing toys in YouTube. That's what I do. Imagine the turn life would take. I could have enjoyed being a punk musician. Hey, check out this flap. I can open it for a preview. I got this second hand. I got this used from a guy in Davao City. So really cool of him. Okay, as a musician, this guitar is wrong. This is not a punk guitar, man. Sorry, but this is just not punk. This is a BC Rich guitar shape, inspired shape, which is a metal guitar. And the color scheme is very Eddie Van Halen, which is the opposite of everything punk, because Eddie Van Halen not only is very skilled, he's also very famous, and he's also very rich. Things that punk rock doesn't stand for. But, forgive the little rant. I used to play music. I need to express a little bit of that in my toy journey. Which is also why I didn't get the figure right away. So basically, the only reason why I am getting this figure is because of Spider-Verse. Other than that, this is just not punk for me, man. I mean, I am sorry, but I am just so music just used to be my life, and I have like some of strong beliefs about it in the past that I still carry very, very little bit into this day, and those are one of them. The guitar is wrong. At least they got the suit right. I mean, I like the suit. This could be, like a 1970s punk guy who hung out in Sex Pistols show, although Sex Pistols really wasn't also punk, but there you go. The individuals had very punk rock beliefs, but the band itself, Sex Pistols, wasn't really punk. Why the hell am I talking about music a lot? Maybe because this is a very musical inspired character. You see, this is not a costume. The vest. This is basically a lifestyle for punks, okay? This is their beliefs. It's like music cultural approximation in a way. I mean, forgive me for that, but it does look great. I just hope the character. I did not read Spider-Punk in the comics. I only saw him in the big Spider-Verse a story. And I didn't know about him. So at least if ever there's a Spider Punk story, he would at least appeal to musicians like me or what punk really stood for in the past because Peter Parker could be punk, man. I mean, he was a disenfranchised youth, right? Oh my god, it's beautiful. As much as I rant about it, I really, really love how they mix the look of a punk rocker in the 70s and early 80s with a Spider Man suit. I think he's British. He has a British accent. He's from London in the comics. This one, though, is just a costume, but we know where really he is really based from. So he's a musician, and yeah, he's supposed to be like me, right? In that when I was younger, punk. Yeah, if I were Spider-Man, I'd probably wear something like this, or something Slayer would have worn in the 90s. I love the shoes. They're not Chucks though. Are they Chucks? There's no way for me to know, man. They look like Chuck Taylors though. Look at the soles. They remind me of Chuck Taylors. I haven't owned Converse Chuck Taylors for a long, long time. Last time I owned it was when I was in high school in the 90s. I like the pins. Of course, there's stickers here, but they're supposed to be pins, I guess. With the spider logos instead of bands for the copyright. And these rhinestones here, they're made of rubber. Excellent, excellent detail. I'm falling in love with it. And okay, here's another story. This kind of belt, I bought this in Hot Topic, man. I was in the Philippines and I had to get this from Hot Topic on eBay. Yeah, so I have a bullet belt and I have this studded belt because you could also wear this in a black metal or a thrash metal band really. Along with these armbands too. You could use this in a metal band too. And yeah, the spikes. In my time, it was the 90s, so I was there for Rancid, really. I mean, I was too young when Sex Pistols was blowing out, and Rancid was the one who sort of introduced me to the ones in the past, like Minor Threat, The Clash. It was with Rancid that I learned about their music. hmm So, accessories, of course, these Spider Man figures are all about accessories, really. Because other than that, they're raw. But come to think of it, this is one of the better Spider Man figures just because of how intricate its costume is. I mean, I'm talking about his costume for a very long time. I haven't done that for spider figures. And from the game, this is the spider drone, the bot. It zaps, enemies. It's okay. I mean, yeah, batteries not included like that 80s movie, right? And we have a bunch of extra eyes here, which I find myself not using. And of course, the guitar that is wrong. Let us check it out. Again, not a punk rock guitar. So if you're new to music or something, you're not into it, I'm going to show you why this is not a punk rock guitar. This part here is called a float. No, it doesn't come with a floating bridge, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's an approximation of a real guitar. And if you noticed, in some of my pictures, I have guitars all around. This bar here, usually only virtuoso musicians that are the opposite of punk rockers use it. And these switches, there's just too much of that. Punk music is straight to the point, aggressive, and doesn't. The instruments are usually cheap because they get beaten up, and because the guys who play it usually aren't rich guys. So it's a very simple control layout, not as intricate as this because this one is a metal guitar. Yeah, I know sometimes people confuse metal and punk, but they're different. I'm not gonna get into it because this is not a music culture lesson, but I'm just telling you. This also is what you call in a guitar. Okay, I'm just gonna nerd out in guitar. This is a set neck build. It means that the neck is not bolted on with screws here. So it's usually more expensive to make. Yeah, so it's not a punk guitar because a punk guitar has to be cheap because it's an aggressive instrument and it usually might get damaged. So it's good that a punk guitar can easily be repaired. And the headstock is based on a Flying V, a Gibson Flying V. Oh my god, I'm just so nerding out on this accessory. Sorry, man. I just need to express my music geek side here. Oh, hey F, I haven't seen you for a long time, man. Hey, nice to see you in the stream. Thank you for visiting. Where were you, man? Anyway, let's get on with the review. I'll just read your chat on asking you where you were because you were out of this of the 1/6 community for a while. The seller took care of it. I mean, so far the figure is very nice. He attempted to wrap it up, clean it up a bit, and yeah, you can see some marks here. I also got them, watermarks. I don't know how this happened, but yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal for me. Things get old, things get used, things get dirty. I like the cartoon Green Day style feel of what they did with the bass. This is pop punk Green Day feel, has a Green Day feel to it. I like it. I like it. So cool. This is the Misfits. This is the logo of the Misfits, man. It's Glenn Danzig's band. And this looks familiar, but I forgot. So if there's a punk guy there, tell me what this reminds you of when it comes to a band logo. And of course, this is the anarchy symbol. I can nerd out on this figure. Okay, and it comes with one tray. Okay, the array of hands. I own so many Spider-Man figures, man. I own so many of them. And to a certain extent, you get numb with how good they are. You don't even notice how good they are because, trust me, it was hard for me to get this figure because I already have so many Spider-Man figures. Even my wife complains. It's like, another Spider-Man? And here's the thing, I don't even post them in a really crazy, intricate way. So she asks me like, why the hell do you get all these Spider-Man figures when, you don't even try to recreate the scenes? Well, I really don't know. I just like the character of Spider-Man so much that I forget I own so many of him already. I own so many Spider-Man figures already. It's just because I love the character, and that's it. Even though it doesn't, there's no point in sort of getting more because it's already ultra well represented in my shelf. But I just keep on getting them. I don't know. I just have to accept the fact that I'm a Spider-Man addict. I feel a tinge of regret at times, like, this shelf space could be used for more characters, but instead there are more Spider-Man here. I feel that. But what the hell, man? I had to get this because of Into the Spider-Verse, and if there's one thing in the world that I will really complete is Into the Spider-Verse. Okay, I'm looking for the clip here. It could be missing. Yeah, there's a big chance that it's missing. It's not here. Yeah, it's missing. Oh yeah, the guy forgot about it. This is the first time that I bought something used and something was missing. Usually I get them complete, but with the amount of figures I bought, more than 100, okay, I'm wrong again. It is here. See? I got ahead of myself. So far, 100% completion and all the figures I bought. Oh, I bought a Loki that didn't have the mouthpiece. Yeah, so it's not really 100%. Here's the thing. I hate putting this on because it always damages the rubber here, even if I loosen the screw here. So it sucks. And this waist clamp also sucks because it bites the figure the wrong way. It creases up the suit. So what the hell? I'm not gonna... sorry about that. I'm not gonna put it on anymore. I'm just gonna use the stand and then let Spider-Man Punk lean to it in his rock star position. Like, I wish I can get like that, something like that. See, that's the thing with me. This is the most likely pose you will see him when when he's in my shelf already. So put the strap in like this. It's a bit high. I wish the strap was lower because punk rock the strap has to be below the crotch usually because punk usually plays power chords. So you only need the top four strings. You need to reach them comfortably, and it looks just way more cool. Oh, I think I can lower the strap because I can adjust it here. Yeah, I think I can adjust it here. I will lower them for more punk rock authenticity later because I might break it here. The strap is made of, I think it's pleather. Yeah. It's made of pleather, plasticky pleather. So I can't fuss with it too much because it might break. And F wrote in the chat, if there's a question of why are there so many, the answer, according to him, is because it's Spider-Man. And what more could be a right answer, right? If somebody asks me, why do you have so many Spider-Man figures? I'm gonna say, it's because it's Spider-Man. That's how you represent the Spider-Man fandom. Oh, sorry about that. Click on. Yeah, I don't do background music anymore. I got tired of the copyright strikes. So anyway, that's all for my review. I love the figure. There are so things that are politically wrong with this figure. No, what do you call that? Politically music politics, music political politics wrong with this figure. But I love it anyway. He is. It's said that he's gonna be into the Spider-Verse. I don't care if it's a 2 second role. I'm gonna put him there because if worst comes to worst, he's gonna be Spider-Gwen's bandmate. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Ryan F, for hanging out with me. I only get one or two guys in the chat, but it's always fun when there's somebody around. Yeah. Thank you, and have a nice day. Do you have the